What is going on, guys? It's your boy Moto MMA here, aka Jason Boss, with another video. Before I get started, guys, I really need you to do me a favor. Okay, I am nine subscribers away from hitting the 100 mark, guys. It would be totally awesome to get to that 100 subscriber mark. So if you could, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I'm only 9 away. If you don't subscribe, man, hit the likes, throw a comment, get me out there, man. Help me grow. I would really appreciate it. Now, without further ado, on to the video. So, what is today's topic about? How to become a motorcycle mechanic. There are many actually different ways to do this. I just think one way is better than the other. Now, way number one is you can actually go around town trying to find a shop that will intern you, that will teach you, maybe get you from the ground level up, you know what I mean? But I'm honestly going to say that's a lot harder than what you think. I have tried it myself, trust me. And nowadays, most shops are going to ask you initially, do you have experience? Have you worked for a shop before? And all those kind of things. And you really can't work for another shop and get that experience unless they allow you to, well, work for them and get that experience. And they ask for something without really facilitating it. I'm not saying you can't get an internship. You certainly can. Maybe if you grind hard enough, you could be lucky enough to find a shop that will hire you. I'm just saying it's extremely hard. Harley Davidson, matter of fact, has its own school. And when they're not hiring from their own school, they have certain schools that they do hire from. So, just a regular guy off the streets, I mean, even if you have skill, but you don't have like the certificates and the different things that maybe back you up, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to be as adamant to like give you a job, get you started, because they're going to be like, hey, I already got this guy that has this certificate, this degree, this, whatever. You know what I mean? And he can hang up on the wall, and we kind of have proof that this person has skills. I mean, lives depend upon, working on those bikes and making sure everything's correct. So, yeah, way number one, you can go try to get an internship. Hopefully you can get it done. I know that there is one YouTuber on here that I saw that specifically got it done. I mean, but she's like one of the only ones I've heard of that actually managed to do it like that, period. Unless it's like a mom and pop shop or somebody that knows somebody type of deal. Just like I said, regular Joe Blow off the street, nah. Which leads me to number 2, start your own shop. Now, if you don't have, the skills to work on a motorcycle, to start your own shop, you're going to have to learn how to develop the skills. So, you're going to need a motorcycle. You're going to need a motorcycle or two, because you're going to need a motorcycle with different problems and different scenarios and different situations, so you can work on them and like learn from them, you know what I mean? I think that the general things you'll learn about a motorcycle at first is maybe like your oil changes and fluid changes and all that kind of stuff. Tires and brakes, those are some of the first things you'll probably learn, you know what I mean, on your own. But even then, like I had to buy, for myself, I brought a motorcycle lift to help me do my tires. I had to buy like a tire changer for my motorcycle, a motorcycle tire changer. You have to get something to make sure you put the air in the tires. You have to start getting the tools and different things you need. So it's not a very cheap endeavor, but really that's all I've gotten down to on my motorcycle right now. I only own one. I'm not a rich guy, and I haven't had a whole lot of problems with my motorcycle. So therefore, really my extent of knowledge on how to repair things on a motorcycle is a lot smaller. So in order for me to really like start my own shop and get that life experience, unless you're an OG from back in the day, you know what I mean, who just kind of like have had a lot of chances, or maybe you had a lot of friends that have bikes or something where you're able to get a lot of different types of scenarios and different things going, so you can get more of that experience. But other than that, I mean, unless you're just going to be, like I say, just like a basic, general type of guy working on the bikes, when people have real problems, they're going to take it to a shop, because in most cases, they're going to want somebody that has already done that, already know what they're doing. That's how they feel comfortable, you know what I mean? And I don't blame them, you know what I mean? Would you want somebody who has barely worked on bikes, who is going to basically get on YouTube and kind of look it up and then wing it? Or would you want somebody that if they get it wrong, you can hold them accountable, you know what I mean, type of thing? Because, your motorcycles on the cheap end, is between $2,000 and up. And that's on the cheap end, you know what I mean? And if you brought a $2,000 motorcycle, you're like myself, you don't have a whole lot of money. And if you brought a $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 motorcycle, you certainly don't want anybody who is not certified, who has not, doesn't work in a shop or have this insurance, different things like that, working on your bike. So yeah, starting your own shop is definitely one option, but again, it comes with obstacles. But guys, I'm going to tell you what I think is the easiest way, even though it comes with a little bit of debt, just like all the rest of them, to become a motorcycle mechanic. There are schools out there for it, such as the school that I just got accepted into myself. Ta-da! I got accepted into the Motorcycle Mechanics Institute in Orlando, Florida. I believe they also have a campus in Orlando. And already, guys, I haven't even started turning a wrench for the school yet. I have something that I can show someone. You know what I mean? And, hey, I am going to school for this. You know what I mean? So this is also going to be something that's going to help build, my credibility when I talk to people. And I'm sure along the way, as I get different things and different certificates and all that kind of stuff, as I pass classes, it gives me that automatic credibility. So if I want to work on someone else's bike after I pass this, after I learn that, they're going to probably feel more comfortable with me doing it. So that does what? That builds that clientele to either go to a shop and say, hey, I have worked on different people's bike. I have this portfolio, this, and that. Oh, and by the way, MMI helps you find a job as well while you're going to school, because they know that life stuff comes up, and they also help you find a job after you graduate. It's another reason to go to school, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and they also help with housing. So if your living situation is like, man, I don't know how I'm going to get to the Arizona or Florida location or wherever, you know what I mean? They help you with housing when you get down here, help you, you know what I mean, get transited into it or whatever. I blew that word, whatever, guys. You know what I mean. They help you find a place to live. You won't be homeless. So the school, you know what I mean, offers just a whole lot, They have different programs, you know what I mean. I personally went in for Yamaha and Honda just because those bikes mean a lot to me, you know what I mean? Even as a cruiser rider, I started off on a Yamaha V-Star, you know what I mean? And I feel like those Yamahas are especially the V-Stars, different one, are a lot of the beginner bikes, a lot of the stuff that people really need help with, because those are the cheaper bikes that, that if they have a reasonable mechanic, you know what I mean, I think that's the person they go to. So that's me, you know what I mean? I want to help people out. And I also like Honda because, hey, Honda has those big deals with a lot of the motorcycle safety training schools. That's almost all they use is the little Honda 250. So yeah, they're definitely a big deal, And then Honda just hit that the 1100, the 500, you know what I mean, as far as the cruiser goes, the Rebels. That's awesome. And then we got of course, the sports bikes like the CBRs and all that kind of stuff. So Honda and Yamaha is just doing big things, and they're the bikes that, fancy me. But MMI also offers Harley, where you will learn just Harley. So for you guys that love the Harley Davidson lifestyle, MMI is there for you there too. I mean, it's not where you're learning like all the other bikes. It's where you're like Harley specific. You'll go and you'll learn a little bit about the other bikes in the beginning, but then you will just end up just being a Harley guy, which is awesome. So, I mean, you're working on the bikes that you love while you're in school. You're going to get different scenarios. You're going to get different techniques and learn different things and get certificates and things along the way. Like I say, guys, I just started school. Just started. And I'm holding upside down. And bam, you know what I mean? Just starting. I already got a certificate. Something to show somebody that I am at least going to school for this, that I'm going to be competent, you know, in what I do, you know what I mean? And when they get those other certificates, they're going to be like, man, this guy, he knows what he's doing. So I have those options of starting my own shop, of, you know, working for a shop. So ultimately, guys, I think the best way to become a motorcycle mechanic, go to school for it, man. I mean, the debt, yes, you know, we say, well, what about the student loans and stuff? They're going to be there, guys. They're going to be there with any school, you know what I mean? But you're talking about a 10-year payment program in a school that's really not that expensive. 10 years, and you're making good money, and you're going to have your whole entire life changed. Come on, man. It takes money to make money. That's just how it is. Ask any businessman, period. You know what I'm saying? So, that's my bit of advice. I'm going to hit you guys up with several other videos on what we do at MMI, how the school works, you know what I mean? I got orientation coming up, so I'm going to let you guys know what that's like too. And like I said, guys, please, 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 please help me get to the 100 subscribers. Like, comment, all that good stuff, you know what I mean? Alright guys, this is your boy Moto MMA, aka Jason Boss, signing off. Peace.